Last season was a roller coaster ride for the Los Angeles Lakers. A forgettable start to the season put LeBron James and Anthony Davis's franchise far from the playoff spots, with a record of 27 wins and 32 losses. However, Rob Pelinka's trades during the deadline allowed the Lakers to take a big leap in quality. The team acquired Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and Jared Vanderbilt during the month of February, which catapulted their performance to the point where they could fight for playoff spots. And not only that, the Lakers were able to reach the conference finals, where they tried to stop the unbeatable Denver Nuggets. Despite the sweep, the Californians managed to compete in every game of the series. So, with the necessary adjustments, the team could be at the level needed to fight for the championship. Also, it should be noted that LeBron James could not be at his best due to an injury he suffered just before the playoffs, so we may have not seen the Lakers' full potential. Pelinka faced free agency with the arduous task of getting its two stars properly surrounded, but with lessons learned from other occasions. The Lakers spent more than $90 million on the salaries of the only 4 players left on the roster before July 1st: LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Jared Vanderbilt, and Max Christie. So their flexibility was limited to a certain extent, especially considering the number of players that need to be signed. But as of July 1st, Rob got to work. The first to renew was Rui Hachimura. The Japanese-born small forward secured a $51 million contract for 3 seasons, thanks in part to his excellent performance during the playoffs. On many occasions, Hachimura was the best player the Angelinos had off the bench. His defensive versatility when switching on screens, coupled with his great size and agility, made him a prized defender. In addition, the player showed signs of progress in shooting 49% on three-pointers in the 16 playoff games he played. Rui is still 25 years old and has a long career ahead of him. Some weaknesses are still present in his game, such as shooting consistency or the ability to generate for others. However, these are attributes that are strengthened by the mere fact of playing with LeBron James. The Lakers' second signing of July 1st was none other than Gabriel Vincent. The guard has been an indispensable part of Eric Spoelstra's rotation during the playoffs, so he has finals experience. Despite not being a great shooter, the player shot a solid 37% from the 3-line during the playoffs. Vincent is a great defensive player despite his small size, and although he is not an organizing point guard, he has decent vision. Gabriel has really only had one outstanding playoff run. If the signing doesn't pan out, it could be a pretty bad contract, but if the guard maintains his most recent performance, this contract could be a real steal. The third player the Lakers got on the market was Taurean Prince, for the $4.7 million biannual exception. The player comes from Minnesota, where he has played the 3-and-D role from the tweener position. Prince is a skilled defender for the small forward and power forward positions, who, like Hachimura, is versatile enough to switch on screens. Prince maintained a 38% three-point percentage last season, slightly higher than the 37% he has averaged for his career. Considering the salary is little more than a veteran minimum, this signing is a great value for the money. During the first 24 hours of free agency, the latest signing by the Los Angeles Lakers was Cam Reddish. The 24-year-old small forward comes to the Lakers on a 2-season $4 million contract. Reddish was one of the top prospects in the country during his time in high school, all thanks to an incredible outside shot that he has failed to translate to the NBA. Cam has shot just 32% from beyond the three-point line during his 4 seasons in the league. However, his ability to be a high-volume shooter may help forget Lonnie Walker, who was also key during some stretches of the playoffs. Whatever happens, the Lakers have landed a new piece for a price that carries little to no risk. One of the stories of last season was Austin Reaves. The shooting guard, who just 2 seasons ago had only signed a 2-way contract with the Lakers, has secured his spot in the starting 5 this past playoffs. Reaves will be paid $56 million over the next 4 seasons. A real steal for a player of his performance if he can keep it. Reaves has been the big offensive surprise for the Lakers during the postseason, posting numbers of 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. A very complete player offensively that is able to shine thanks to the gap left by the superstars. Austin is still 25 years old, and with the NBA experience he will gain over the next few seasons, he will be able to progress his game even more. Of course, he will also see his responsibilities increase. The third player the Lakers have re-signed during the first hours of free agency is D'Angelo Russell. The point guard has had a rather poor playoffs, which has resulted in 2 pieces of news for the Lakers. one good and one bad. The bad news is that this performance was an important part of the team's elimination against the Denver Nuggets. And the good news is that this poor performance has helped the Lakers save a few million. D'Angelo had a good regular season, averaging 17 points per game. However, his efficiency during the playoffs dropped to 13 points per game, with a poor 31% in three-pointers. D'Angelo Russell has picked up a player option for the second year of his contract, in which he can collect $37 million over 2 seasons. If the guard plays well this season, he will have the option to opt out of his contract and sign for more money. So this compromise situation also benefits the Lakers. The latest signing so far by Pelinka has been Jackson Hayes. The center, who has completed his rookie contract with the New Orleans Pelicans, is only 23 years old. The Lakers have secured his services for a reported $4.6 million over the next 2 seasons, including a player option during the second year in a similar scenario to D'Angelo Russell. His youth allows us to expect a good projection from a player whose essential functions are rim protection and rebounding. Hayes has a good pick-and-roll game, so he will be able to take advantage of LeBron James's vision to increase his efficiency. And one way or another, he's another interior option after Thomas Bryant's departure to the Miami Heat. Historically, the Lakers have made both top-tier and disastrous signings. The contracts of Luol Deng or Timofey Mozgov still resonate in the minds of franchise fans, but Pelinka has done a great job over the past few months. Westbrook's departure to the Utah Jazz allowed the team to gain some flexibility that they have been able to take advantage of. The challenge, however, is not an easy one. The opponent to beat is none other than the Denver Nuggets, who are also in the Western Conference. Karl Malone's team's offensive system has no real answer, so the Angelinos will have to find a way to beat them if they want to advance in next season's playoffs. The Pacific Division, moreover, is going to be very tough this season. All 5 teams should have no trouble making the playoffs, and with a large number of head-to-head matchups between them, they will greatly limit the season record. The Sacramento Kings, Los Angeles Clippers, Golden State Warriors, Phoenix Suns, and Los Angeles Lakers will be fighting for a top position in the West during the regular season to avoid potential play-in problems. An ambitious challenge for an ambitious project that is starting to have some depth.